It's just comedy.
The Jell-O Program, starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston and Phil Harris and his orchestra.
Thank you. This is Groucho Marx. Well, here I am, stepping in over my head again.
With Fibber McGee and Molly.
Folks, this is just as new to me as it is to you.
Hello? Hello, Mr. Benny. This is Rochester.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Well, what an original greeting.
Hello and welcome to another week of comedy, funny, haha, on Dwayne Old Time Radio. One thing, please subscribe to my channel. If you enjoy what I'm doing, subscribing is 100% free. Also, one more thing, if you have a few seconds or 1 minute, please leave a review on your preferred podcast service, especially if you're on Apple, Spotify, or really just your preferred podcast service. Thank you, and hope you enjoy. Fibber McGee and Molly, with 2 episodes. Fibber Going Bald, March 21, 1939, and then Inherited Yacht, March 28, 1939.
The Johnson Wax Program. The makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat present Fibber McGee and Company, with Jim Jordan as Fibber, Donald Novis as himself, the Four Notes as the quartet, Zazu Pitts as our special guest, and Billy Mills Orchestra as they open the show with Life Begins When You're in Love. Announcement of special interest to every housewife. Here's a real bargain offer for you. By acting at once, you can buy Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat in big giant-size cans for the same price you usually pay for the regular pound and pint sizes. Now, when you buy these giant-size cans, you get 1/3 more wax or glow coat for your money. This offer is made for a limited time only. When the present supply of giant-size cans is gone, there won't be any more. So go to your dealer the first thing tomorrow morning. Buy several cans of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat while you can get them at a money-saving price. During spring cleaning, you'll want plenty of wax and glow coat in the house. So don't delay. Get your supply of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat tomorrow without fail. Ask your dealer for the special giant-size cans. And get a pint and 1/3 or a pound and 1/3 for the same price you usually pay for 1 pint or 1 pound. Equinox is here, and the air is full of clean-up, paint-up, dress-up, Easter parade enthusiasm. So, in the spirit of general refurbishing, our hero is getting his spring haircut. And here, waiting his turn in the Wistful Vista Tonsorial Parlors, we find Fibber Goldilocks McGee.
Thank you. You're next, sir.
Okay, Bud. Give me a haircut.
Yes, sir. Shall I go right ahead, or do you want an estimate first?
Well, I did let it get a little long at that. I guess my hair grows fast because I got such a fertile brain. You're a new barber here, ain't you?
Yes, sir. I used to have a shop in the South Seas at Waikiki.
Oh, a beachcomber.
No, just a Hawaiian clipper. Yes. Oh, your hair's getting a little thin on top, isn't it?
Oh, it ain't never no such a thing. There ain't a man in my whole family that ever went bald.
Linen service. Anything today, Frank?
Oh, yes. 2 dozen towels, 6 aprons, 10 bars of soap, and another carton of bear's grease dressing.
Yeah, how you fixed for conversation?
No, I guess not today. I still got 18 minutes of the European situation, 7 minutes of who'll win the pennant, and 4 minutes of will Roosevelt run for a third term.
How about 5 or 6 minutes of the weather ain't what it was when you were a kid?
No, thanks, not today.
Okay.
Hey, what is this? 6 minutes of who'll win the pennant and weather and all stuff like that there.
We barbers subscribe to a conversation service. Every day they supply us with 15 or 20 minutes of monologue with a few jokes. Enough to last one haircut and a shave. Hold still, you.
Yeah, I will. Take plenty off the top, Bud.
What do you mean, plenty off the top? I'm just a barber, not a magician. You had plenty off the top when you came in here.
Well, you mean you really think I'm losing my hair? Why, shucks, I ain't a...
Hello there, Frank. How long do I have to wait for a shampoo? I got a heavy day tonight and I want to smell good. Oh, hello there, Johnny. What you doing? Getting a fitting for a toupee?
No, I ain't. I'm getting a little tired of being told I'm getting bald.
Hey!
I says, no, I ain't getting measured for a toupee. I don't need one. And even if I did, this is no climate for a convertible top.
That's pretty good, Johnny, but that ain't the way I heard it. The way I heard it, one feller says to the other feller, he says, I'm getting fed up on this war talk. I've heard nothing but Europe, Europe, Europe all through March. Well, says t'other feller, you're lucky you live over here. You don't have to hear 'em march, march, march all through Europe. I want a manicure too, Frank. And if you hear bells ringing tonight, it ain't the curfew. That's me kicking the gong around.
There, Bud, goes a gentleman of the old school. He's still a sophomore.
Very good, very good.
You about through with this haircut, Bud?
Yes, sir, all through. Now, how's it look, sir?
Hey, you took a little too much off in front there.
Why, I didn't touch the front. There wasn't any hair there.
What? You... Say, kidding aside, you really think I'm getting bald?
Well, I wouldn't say you were getting bald exactly, but I bet your comb and brush lay there on the dresser and wonder how they can get on relief. That'll be 90 cents, please.
What, 90 cents for a haircut?
Yes, sir. 75 for the haircut and 15 for a tip. Thank you.
90 cents. That guy's running the wrong kind of a clip joint. Yeah, I wonder if I am losing my hair.
Hello there, Fibber. What are you looking so worried about?
Oh, the barber just told me I was getting bald, Bill. You think I am, Billy?
Well, frankly, I do, Fibber. I was telling Don Novus yesterday that your face looked a lot lower than it used to.
Oh, yeah? Oh, how about you? That shiny dome of yours that aroused an awful maternal feeling in an ostrich. You really think my hair's getting thin, eh, Billy? Gee, I hope I don't get as bald as you.
Oh, it doesn't bother me, Fibber. It's a sign of mental activity. There's no grass on a racetrack, you know.
Yeah. Your scalp certainly got the runaround, didn't it? Well, go ahead, Billy. Folks, Don Novus singing I Kiss Your Hand, Madame.
In dreams I kiss your hand, madame, your dainty fingertips. And while in slumberland, madame, I'm begging for your lips. I haven't any right, madame, to do the things I do. Just when I hold you tight, madame, you vanish with the night, madame. In dreams I kiss your hand, madame, and pray my dreams come true. And while in slumberland,
Don, that was simply marvelous. It was great. You must get tired of hearing me say that week after week.
Must I?
Well, no, you don't have to. By the way, Don, take a look at my hair.
All right.
You see anything to give you a shock?
I certainly do. You got a haircut.
You think I'm beginning to lose my hair?
Well, I was just talking to Billy about that, and I said that people with wavy hair weren't so apt to get bald.
And what'd he say?
He said your hair was waving all right, waving goodbye. Well, see you later, Baldy.
Baldy. If I can't get a little decent respect around here, I don't...
Oh. Hey, Buddy. Buddy, are you Fibber McGee?
You betcha, Bud. Where'd you get all the horses?
I just drove them in from Washington, D.C. Your congressman sent them to you.
Hey, wait a minute. There's some mistake. Why is my congressman sending me a herd of horses?
He said you wrote him a letter and asked him to send you as a bunch of steeds.
I didn't say steeds. I said seeds.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I'll give the congressman credit for trying anyway. Well, I guess I better go look up some scalp specialist. Oh, hi, Mrs. Uppington.
Oh, my, how do you do, Mr. McGee? Delightful spring weather, isn't it really?
Oh, yes.
Do you know that I actually saw a robin this morning?
No.
Yes, a dear little robin redbosom.
Little Robin Redbosom. Dear.
Oh, Mr. McGee, I'm afraid you lack all appreciation for the beautiful springtime with the birds and the bees and the wildflowers. Oh, if I only knew the language of the flowers, so I could greet each tiny green bud high up in the trees.
Why, I can do that, Uppy.
Oh, how, Mr. McGee?
Hi, Bud.
Oh, Mr. McGee, must you be so cynical, really? Can't you be more poetic?
No, I can't, Uppy. I just had bad news. I'm losing my hair.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, my. Oh, yes, you are, aren't you?
Yeah.
You poor boy.
Me too.
What do you suppose is the cause?
Oh, worry, I guess.
Well, what are you worried about?
About losing my hair. I'll see you later, Uppy. I got to look up a scalp specialist.
Oh, well, try to be more cheerful, Mr. McGee. Remember, it is spring. A spring. It makes me feel so good. Oh, yes, really.
Is that what that is?
You know, I should like to go out in the early morn and dance among the dewdrops like a dainty little fawn.
Some fawn, eh, folks?
Oh, I know. You think I'm just being a silly girl. Well, so nice to have seen you again, Mr. McGee. Goodbye.
She cares about me going bald. Springtime. Blah.
Say, Don.
Huh?
Excuse me. But did I hear you say you was getting bald?
Yes, you did, Bud. Why? You a scalp specialist?
No, I'm a tattoo artist. Now, how about me tattooing a little sentiment on your bald spot? Kind of an epitaph, kind of.
You mean hair today and gone tomorrow? Something like that there?
Yeah. But how about I tried 100 tonics, but I couldn't save my hair. Now my head is just like heaven because there's no parting there.
No, thanks, Bud. I guess not. I may look like a pinhead, but I don't want to be engraved.
Okay, just an idea, that's all.
Tonic might not be a bad idea at that. Wonder what's a good remedy. Oh, hi, Harpo.
Hello there, Fibber. Say, you're getting bald, aren't you?
You think I am?
Well, I sure do. When I walked up behind you just now, I could see you were frowning before you even turned around.
So, hey, how do you keep your hair so healthy looking, Harpo?
Well, I guess I owe it all to my mother. When I was a little boy, she used to spend whole mornings and afternoons just brushing my hair. Brush, right down to the roots.
Oh, just working her fingers to the bone, eh? How'd she ever have time to do her housework? Grab it, Harpo.
Why, Why, she had plenty of time for her housework because she used Johnson's self-polishing glow coat. The no-rubbing, no-buffing polish for floors and linoleum that shines as it dries.
Ain't he wonderful, folks? So you owe it all to your mother, eh, Harpo?
Yes, I do, Fibber. I remember I used to say to her, "Say, Mommy."
Hey, wait a minute. Take that lollipop out of your mouth.
Well, I'd say, Mommy, why don't you ever talk about how tired you are? Don't you have rough, scrubby hands like the other little boys' mamas?
Shrewd little tyke, wasn't it?
And then Mommy would take me on her knee and tell me all about how easy and quick it is to use glow coat. And that's how she always had time to brush my hair. Oh, we were great pals.
Well, a mother's best friend is her boy, they tell me. Have you told her she better rush out and grab off some of them money-saving special giant-sized cans before they're all gone?
No, don't worry. She knows all about that. She also knows that you get a pint and a third for the price of a pint. Well, I got to be going, Fibber. And say, try not to worry too much about that baldness. We all knew it would happen.
Yes, I know. Huh? You did?
Why, sure. Everybody said you were bound to come out on top. Well, so long, pal.
Very helpful. Oh, here's a scalp specialist right here. Dr. Harry Storer. Well, I'll try him. Hi, sis. Can I see the doctor?
Dear me. I don't know why not, mister. He's 5 feet 11.
Yes, it's her again, folks. Miss Zazu Pitt. Well, tell the doc I'd like to see him, will you, sis?
You better just sit down a while, mister. Doctor's busy in his laboratory right now.
Oh, he is, eh? What's he working on? Trying to develop a skeleton key for a scalp lock?
No, he's experimenting on wiring a toupee for sound. He wants to see if a cowlick can move. My, you're getting pretty bald, aren't you, mister?
Yeah, I'm afraid so, sis. I hope the doc can do something about it. You a registered nurse?
Well, I'm a nurse. But dear me, even though there's dozens of men in here every day, I don't seem to have registered yet.
Oh, don't worry, sis. As the Bureau of Identification says to the burglar, someday your prince will come. Wow. You like nursing?
Oh, yes, I certainly do. I always said if I went into nursing, I'd want to reach the highest place in my profession. And here I am, assistant to a scalp doctor.
But how come you choose this particular branch of the profession?
Oh, you know how it is with a young girl. We just get such romantic ideas.
You expect to find romance in here?
Well, it narrows the field, mister. Very few women get bald.
But I suspect you won't find no dream man, sis, unless you're looking for one that's thick in the middle and thin on top.
Oh, we don't have to be built to specifications, mister. I'll just take one out of stock.
Well, just the same, the guys you're liable to meet in this office will no doubt be middle-aged, fat, and gray-haired.
Yes, I know. But any man who gets to middle age and is still fat is probably pretty prosperous. And if he has gray hair, it was probably cause for worry. And there's only two things men worry about, women and money. And if he has any money and still wants to worry about a woman, well, I guess I know my duty, mister.
Well, you seem to have the situation well.
Hello, doctor. Here's Mr. McGee to see you.
Oh, yes, that's fine. Did you take his history, nurse?
No, but I gave him quite a bit of mine.
Yes. By the way, nurse, I'm a little puzzled about that Frangle case. Can't quite diagnose it. He says he wakes up in the morning with dimples all over his scalp.
Oh, I can diagnose that, Doc. Tell him to quit using the outdoor sleeping porch during the woodpecker season.
Very amusing. I see you're suffering from alopecia areata yourself.
Yeah, who? You think you can do something for me, Doc? I ain't hopeless, am I?
Not with my system, my boy. We can grow hair on a football helmet. Let me see now. I think your case calls for Formula 27. It's an old Indian remedy for baldness.
Oh, well, that's my chief worry.
Yes. Here we are.
Take this tonic home with you, McGee, and these tweezers.
Tweezers? What's them for?
This tonic is so efficient it grows eyebrows on the bottle. Use it liberally, but only on the scalp, remember.
Yeah?
One of my patients, a radio actor, spilled some in his bathroom the other day with tragic results.
Oh, what'd he do? Grow a mustache on the wash bowl?
No, he spilled a few drops in the bathtub, and now I'm afraid he's definitely typed as an actor.
Oh, how so come, Doc?
Well, you understand when I say he's now playing the part of a polar bear on a certain Sunday evening program.
Well, much obliged, Doc. I'll run right home and apply some of this stuff.
The sooner the better. Good day.
Good day, Doc. And goodbye to you, sis. I'll see you again when I come back to report on the treatment.
Well, I'll be here, mister, sitting here and dreaming my dreams about living in a beautiful penthouse with a man I love.
Well, and who is the man you love, sis?
Any man who has a beautiful penthouse. Goodbye, mister.
I love the foothills way beyond the plain. They love to echo our lone refrain. I'm so happy on the prairie over there, singing lay-lee-o-lay. And the funny old hills sing back and say, lay-lee-o, lay-lee-o, lay-lee-o-lay. From far away, way, 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 got no gal, got no pal to keep me company. Yeah, only got funny old hills singing along with me. Oh, I'm happy, yeah, happy, and it's there I long to stay. Singing lay-lee-o-lay. Yeah, lay-lee-o-lay. And the funny old hills sing back and say, lay-lee-o, lay-lee-o, lay-lee-o-lay, from far away. And the funny old hills sing back and say, lay-lee-o, lay-lee-o, lay-lee-o-lay. From far away, ree-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. I got no gal, no pal to keep me company. Only got the funny old hills. I'm happy and it's there I long to stay, singing lay-lee-o-lay, lay-lee-o-lay. And the funny old hills sing back and say, lay-lee-o, lay-lee-o, lay-lee-o-lay. From far away, dee-dee-day, 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 dee-dee-day,
That was the four notes singing the funny old hills. And that was nice timing, too, kids, because I got back in the house just before you finished. Ever notice the construction of this show, folks? How we weave the music through the drama? That rabbit, who's that? I want to get busy and try this Harry Storer. Come in.
Oh, hello there, Fisher.
Oh, hi, Nick.
Fisher, what is this I'm hearing about your hair doing a striptease on your cranium? Or am I labeling under a Miss Apple Dumpling?
No, that's right, Nick. I never noticed it myself till everybody started telling me. I thought it was okay, but you know how it is. Appearances are deceiving.
There is certainly more of a truth in a poultry in that, Fisher. It is like little stories I'm reading last night.
Uh-oh. Well, tell me some other time, Nick. I'm kind of anxious to try this hair tonic.
Well, sir, it was being one of the funniest little nanny goats.
Anecdotes.
I stand connected. One of the cutest little stories I'm ever reading, which the name of it is being called Ferdinand the Cow.
That was the bull.
Who cares? I liked it anyway. Well, sir, this little Ferdinand was a pretty little Spanish boy cow, and there was nothing he would not rather do than something else than sit down and sniffle at a bunch of flowers, such as chrysanthemums, tiger lulus, garbunias, and nasty sarsaparilla.
Yes, I know, Dick. He didn't run and play like the other little bulls. It worried his mother, too, didn't it?
Sure. Little bits, but if he wanted to sit and make his nose gay with a flower, it was perfectly bouquet with her, I'm thinking. Well, sir, one summer's day, there is coming to the farm a bunch of squeegees who are being talent scouts for a bullfight. You grab me?
I'm familiar with the story, Nick, so don't.
And just as they're signing up a couple of the bulls for the World Series bullfights, little Ferdinand is trying to smell the flowers, and he's sitting down on a bumble buzz, which is stinging him right on the conclusion of his story.
You mean right on the end of his tail?
Have it my way, Fisher. Anyway, he is so painful with his sting that he is acting like a very ferocious animal, and they are picking him out to fight at duels with a famous cuspidor.
Toreador. There's toreadors, matadors, and picadors.
Sure. Picador and walk don't run to the nearest exits. I know that. Well, Sir Fisher, what is happening on the days of the fights will make your hair stand on its hind feet. They're bringing Ferdinand out, and he is standing there swishing his tail. Swish, swish.
I know. Then he refused to fight. He just sat down and smelled the flowers that the women threw into the bull ring.
Sure, and everybody is being very disgusted about the whole thing. The toreadors is tearing his hair, the matadors is wondering what is the matter, and the picadors is picking Ferdinand up and throwing him out on his rump roll. But Ferdinand don't care. He is very happy at going home again where he can have his smell time sweating the flowers again. And the moral of the story is being, don't beef if somebody is giving you a bum steer. Well, so long, Fisher.
Thank goodness now I can go to work on this hair tonic. Whew. Certainly smells terrible. Maybe the theory is to smoke them hidden hairs out into the open. Well, here she goes. Wow. That's strong. Gee, I can feel it working all right. One more dose now. Now then. Now for a look in the mirror. Oh. Well, Well, can you imagine? Why, that's dirty. Well, what happened to it? Where'd it go? Give me that telephone. Hello, operator. Oh, is that you, Mert? I haven't got time to kid around today, Mert. Give me Doc Storer. Yeah. Fine doctor. He ought to be. Oh, hello. Dr. Storer?
Yes?
Dr. Harry Storer?
Yes. What is it, please?
Well, this is Fibber McGee, remember?
Oh, yes.
Say, what kind of tonic was that you sold me anyway?
Why, what happened?
Why, I look like I've been scalped.
Well, I told you it was an old Indian remedy.
Oh, sure.
But now here's a reminder about the special bargain offer on Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat. Remember, for a limited time only, you can get Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat in big, giant-size cans, containing 1/3 more than the regular pound and pint sizes. You don't have to pay one extra penny for these big, giant-size cans. Thousands of women have already gone to their dealers to take advantage of this special sale. These giant-size cans are going fast. You'll be money ahead if you get a supply of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat while the giant-size cans are still available. They're being featured now by hardware, grocery, paint, drug, and department stores. Ask your dealer tomorrow without fail for the giant-size cans and get a pint and 1/3 or a pound and 1/3 for the regular price of 1 pint or 1 pound.
It was nice to have Zazu Fitz with us again, but it's for that scalp doctor.
Hello, Fisher. Can I have my present now?
Your present? What present?
You know, that little bottle that is saying on it, to Nick.
To Nick? Oh, that wasn't to Nick. That was tonic.
Oh, for scream's sake, excuse me all to pieces.
Okay. Good night, folks.
This is Harlow Wilcox speaking for the makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat. They Scene, Wisconsin, inviting you all to be with us again next Tuesday night. Good night.
Select in Funny Old Hills from Paris Honeymoon. Fibber McGee and Company were presented from Hollywood's Radio City. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
The Johnson Wax Program. The makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat present Fibber McGee and Company with Jim Jordan as Fibber, Donald Novis, the Four Notes, and Billy Mills Orchestra. The show opens with Liza. Of real importance to every housewife. Perhaps you are one of the many thousands who have resolved to start using Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat or Johnson's Wax on your floors this year at house cleaning time. Well, now, if that's the case, let me urge you to go right out tomorrow and see your dealer, for he is featuring special giant-size cans of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat at the same price you usually pay for only 1 pound or 1 pint. And yet, you get a pound and a third, or a pint and a third. Now, these giant-sized cans are selling fast, so don't delay. When your dealer's special spring shipments are gone, there won't be any more. So avoid disappointment by going to the store first thing tomorrow morning and buying both Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat in the special money-saving giant-size cans. In a fine fever of expectation today, an attorney is telephoned for an appointment to discuss the will of Fibber's late uncle, Captain Ticonderoga McGee. And here at 79 Wistful Vista, awaiting the lawyer's arrival, we find Fibber, where there's a will, there's impatience, McGee.
Good old Uncle Tyke. I always was his favorite nephew. In spite of the time I tied the snake's head onto the garden hose and coiled it up on his bed. Aha, at last. Folks, I hope you'll always remember this moment as the last time you seen me when I was just a poor boy. Goodbye, poverty. Come in, Fortune.
Mr. McGee?
You betcha, Bud. Are you the shyster, or the... Are you the attorney that called me about Uncle Tyke's will?
Yes, I am. I'm Mr. Ogden Fiditch of Fiditch.
Shut it off, Bud. The needle is jumping a groove. Have a cigar, Mr. Fiditch?
Thank you. I have one.
Oh, you got two? Thanks. Now, let's get down to cases, Bud. What did the old skinflint, what did dear old Uncle Tyke leave me?
Well, aren't you a little impatient, McGee? Aren't you interested in the other beneficiaries of the last will and testament of Captain Ticonderoga McGee?
Oh, shucks, sure I am, Bud. What'd my aunt get? Aunt Lulu McGee.
Let me refer to my notes here. Ah, yes, Lulu McGee.
Lulu, that's the one.
Lulu inherited a braided horsehair watch fob, a wood-burning outfit, a hand-painted hair receiver, and a shaving mug.
Oh.
The mug had an inscription on it in gold leaf.
That's all.
Quote, "You can do a lot more kissing if you stop and look and listen," unquote.
That was Uncle Tyke, all right. A flirt to the last. They say he almost put his nurse's eye out trying to kiss her with a thermometer in his mouth.
Yeah, that's a very interesting character.
Oh, yes, indeed. Now, would it be indelicate, Bud, if I was to inquire how much moss the old Rolling Stone gathered for me?
Ah, yes. You, I believe, are the old gentleman's favorite nephew.
What'd I tell you, folks?
And in consideration of this fact, the will states, quote, "And to my nephew Fibber, more familiarly known to his childhood playmates as Stinky..." Secure in the knowledge that he will bend every effort toward its upkeep and maintenance, for which funds are herewith provided, I bequeath my most cherished possession, my faithful ally in my travels about the world,
What is it?
my boat, the Billy B, unquote.
Hot dog. A yacht. Oh, boy. A yacht and enough dough to keep it up. Wowee.
It'll be turned over to you as soon as it's released by the executor.
Boy.
Congratulations and good luck.
Well, thanks, Bud. Now for a life on the bouncing main. Now I can go to Australia and China and Siam. Whoopee! Sailing, sailing over the bounding main for many a stormy wind shall blow where Jack comes over.
Hello there, Johnny. What you jumping around for? Spring fever or winter underwear?
Neither one, old-timer. I was just dancing the sailor's hornpipe. I'm a yachtsman.
Hey!
I say I'm off for a world cruise. I'd sign you on as a member of the crew, old-timer, but you ain't got enough of the old pepper to be a good salt.
That's pretty good, Johnny. That ain't the way I heard it. The way I heard it, one feller says to the other feller, see, he says, I see where some scientist has discovered a use for snake poison to relieve pain. Kind of evens things up, don't it? What you mean, asked t'other feller. Well, says the first feller, we used to use the painkiller to get the snakes, and now we use the snakes to get the painkiller. So you're going to take a boat trip, eh, Johnny?
Yep.
Well, if you see a big white bird sitting on a channel marker, it's the old story. Boy meets gull.
Boy meets gull. He's got young ideas, all right, but his heartbeat longs to daughter. Well, now let's see. I better call up and order a yachting cap, a blue coat with brass buttons, and some navigation charts. Where's that telephone? Hello, operator. I want to talk to... Oh, is that you, Mert? Hi, Mert. This is Fibber McGee. What say? Oh, you heard about me inheriting the yacht, did you? What say, Mert? Your brother. What makes you think he'd be a good member of my crew? He has, eh? 7 whaling expeditions, eh? Where to, Mert? Oh, out to the woodshed. Say, give me the seagoing supply store, will you, Mert? Thanks. Oh, in 1492, Columbus. Hello? Semmelmeyer 7 Seas Supply Store? Fibber McGee, the Society Yachtsman, speaking. Yeah. Say, I'll be down there in a little while to lay in supplies for a 2-year cruise. Huh? Yeah, that's right. And listen, put in a few barrels of good red wine. My crew will probably want some port in every sweetheart. You ain't got any red wine? What color have you got? Deep purple. Oh, well, give me a barrel of deep purple. No, never mind. We'll get that from Don Novus. Okay, Semmelmeyer. Let's have it, Don. Deep purple.
Sleepy garden walls, and the stars begin to flicker in the sky. Through the mist of a memory, you wander back to me, breathing my name with a sigh. In the still of the night, once again
Don. A beautiful song, beautifully sung.
Thanks, Fibber. And incidentally, I want to congratulate you on your inheritance.
Oh, thanks, Don. I don't want to take too much credit for it. Any good, clean-living, red-blooded American boy could have done the same thing. All he has to have is willpower. An uncle who was too tight to spend a dime.
Yeah, but about this world cruise of yours, you know anything about ocean navigation?
Well, I certainly do. I ought to. My great-great-grandmother on my father's side was a mermaid.
A mermaid?
Sure. It was a little embarrassing for Grandpa at parties, too. Till the hoop skirt came in. I'll never forget how she used to hold me on her lap when I was just a little baby and fan me with a fin. How she used to coax me to eat my dinner. Come on, Fibber, dear, she'd say. Eat your nice seaweed.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Yes, well, I can shut my eyes now and see the dear old lady floundering up the garden wall.
What did she die of, Fibber? Barnacles?
No, it was kind of tragic about that there, Don. Us McGees don't like to speak of that much. You see, Grandpa got hold of a copy of the Fish and Game Laws for 1852 and discovered that Grandma was too small. So he threw her back in the ocean.
It's too bad she wasn't still holding you on her lap. Well, so long, Fibber. Bon voyage.
Yeah. Well, better run down to Simple Myers and buy my yachting outfit. Mood Music Mills in C. Well, here we are. Boy, look at all them things in the window. Ropes, anchors, seasick remedies.
Pardon me, Captain, but could you spare $50 for a poor, old, crippled-up sailor man?
Why, certainly, shipmate. Here you are. How'd you get hurt? In a shipwreck?
Nah, laddie. I was the unfortunate victim of a nautical hotfoot, you might say.
A nautical hotfoot?
Aye. I was the boy who stood on the burning deck. Thank you.
I better get inside before they take up a collection for the guys who got wrecked on the Hesperus.
How do you do, sir? What can we do for you? We have a special sale today on silent foghorns for clear weather.
Oh. So, you got any cork anchors for people who just want to drift?
Not today, sir, but would you care to see our feather-tipped harpoons for ticklish whales?
Now you're joshing me. I'm Fibber McGee, Bud, the Society Yachtsman.
Oh, yes, Mr. Wilcox was telling us about you. There he is now, over in the water wing department.
The water wing department? But, hey, Harpo, what you doing?
Oh, hello there, Fibber. Say, what's all this about you taking a yacht on a world cruise?
That's right, Harpo. You want to go along?
Well, I don't know, Fibber.
He'd be a good man for you, Mr. McGee. Show him your life-saving medal, Mr. Wilcox.
Oh, no. Oh, gee whiz, it's nothing. Oh, gee.
Come on, Harpo, don't be coy. Quit blushing and let's see the medal.
Oh, well, all right. Here.
Oh, gee, this is great, Harpo. What'd you get this for?
Well, Oh, fudge. Well, I just happened to be there at the time is all. Gee, all I did was see this woman's hand in the water, so I threw off my coat and dived in, that's all, just as she was going down for the third time.
And you never said a word about this to us? A heroic deed like that there? Say, if you're such a hot swimmer, what was you doing here in the water wing department?
Buying some water wings. I can't swim.
You can't swim? Hey, now let me get this straight. If you can't swim, how did you save that woman? I got a feeling I shouldn't have asked, folks.
Well, you see, it was a hot day last July.
Yes.
What happened? I was passing a big house on Oak Street, and I heard a woman groan. I looked in the window and saw her hand in the water. A bucket of dirty, soapy water. Just as she was going down for the third time, on her knees with a scrub brush. So quick as a flash, I threw off my coat, dived in the window with a can of Johnson's Glow Coat, and showed her how unnecessary old-fashioned floor scrubbing was. was she grateful. She said I'd saved her life. She gave me a bronze medal.
Bronze medal, but this is a gold one.
Oh, I know. She took the bronze one back and gave me a gold one when I tipped her off to how much she could save by buying Glo-Coat in a special giant-sized can containing an extra third for the same price before they were all gone. Say, Joe.
Yes, Mr. Wilcox?
Show me some of those water wings with the little propellers on them. One of these days, I'm going to get up enough nerve to wade right out in the children's end of the pool, and
Harpo the hero, the linoleum lifeguard. That ain't the dilliest thing.
Well, how do you do, Mr. McGee? Oh, May, how nice to see you, really.
Oh, hi, Uppy. What you doing here?
Oh, I'm buying a little birthday present for my brother. I'm going to send him a box of catnip.
Catnip?
Yes. Mm-hmm. You see, my brother's just wild about sailing, and he has the dearest little cat boat.
Catnip for the cat boat. It's a good thing he ain't got a tramp steamer. You'd be sending him a can of mulligan.
Mulligan?
Yeah, mulligan. Kind of an outdoor stew.
Oh, then you know my brother.
By the way, Mrs. Uppington, my uncle just left me a beautiful mahogany 500-foot diesel engine boat in his whip.
Oh, really?
Yeah. How'd you like to go along on a world cruise with me and a few friends?
Oh, how delightful. I should love it, Miss McGee. I simply adore ocean travel. The last time I crossed on the Ile de France, I had a marvelous time.
Oh, that's all.
And the cuisine, simply heavenly.
Oh, it was, eh? How was the grub?
Oh, and speaking of ocean voyages, Mr. McGee, Horatio and I were discussing plans for our honeymoon last night, and you know...
Honeymoon?
Yes, isn't it thrilling? Oh, Miss McGee, I am to be a June bride.
Oh, tush.
Honey, I'm such a happy girl.
Slap happy.
And Horatio, the dear boy is simply walking on air.
I always predicted he would, eventually. You know what I mean. So you and Boomer are engaged. Well, I hope you'll be very happy.
Well, thank you, my dear. I'm sure we will. But you know, Mr. McGee, I wanted Horatio to put a ladder up against my window and carry me away in his arms like a knight of old. And he said the most amusing thing. He said it reminded him of a movie he saw.
What movie, Uppy?
Night Must Fall.
Oh,
yeah. Well, it's so nice to have seen you again, Mr. McGee. Goodbye.
Carry her off like a knight of old. Some knife, the gutter pup Galahad. Oh, well, who am I to poison Cupid's arrows? Oh, hi, Billy, old shipmate. Haul alongside and drop anchor. Oh, stow the gap, bilge rat. Bilge rat? Why, William, is that any way to talk to a yachtsman? Let me hear any more mutiny like that, my bucko, and I'll clap you in irons for the rest of the voyage. Listen, put your face in dry dock a minute. I want to ask you something. Why not, Billy? Just because I'm rich don't mean I'm too high-hat to talk to them in the lower walks of life. What is it, William? Would you care to squat on your quarterdeck a minute and listen to the four-notes sing Umbrella Man? So I certainly. Tell them to sing while I run home and study my navigation charts. Pipe the gangway, shipmates. Umbrella Man coming aboard.
Umbrellas, 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 umbrellas. Toodle-lama-lama, toodle-lama-lama, toodle-I-A-I-A. Any umbrellas, umbrellas to fix today. Bring your parasol, it may be small, may be big. He repairs them all with what you call a thingamajig. Pitter-patter, patter, pitter-patter, patter. It looks like rain. Let it pitter-patter, fits it, pitter-patter. Don't you mind the rain. He'll mend your umbrella, then go on his way, singing toodle-lama-lama, toodle-ay. Toodle-lama-lama, toodle-ay. Any umbrellas to fix today. When there's a lull, things are dull. He sharpens knives for the wives in the neighborhood, and he is very good. He'll darn a sock, add a clock, apple tart, a broken heart. He mends anything, but he'd rather sing. He'll patch up your trouble, then go on his way, singing toodle-lum-lum-lum, toodle-lay, toodle-lum-lum-lum, toodle-lay. Have you any umbrellas today? Have you any knives to sharpen? Any hearts to brighten? Toodle-lum-lum, toodle-lay, toodle-lum-lum, toodle-lay. Any umbrellas to fix today?
Swell, kids. Let's see now. Chart of the South Seas. I could lay a course for the Tuamato archipelago. Shucks, why should I go to places I can't even pronounce? Aha! The Gilbert Islands. That ought to be simpler. Let's see now. There's the islands of Pokaku, Gili Malahar, Bikinia, Rognica. Say, what is this? And dad-ratted foreigners are moving in everywhere. Shucks, come in. Oh, hi, Boomer.
Good day, McGee, my very dear friend and boon companion. Want to congratulate you on your great good fortune.
Since when was I a boon companion of yours, Boomer? And what's this business about you and Mrs. Uppington getting married?
What? Has the old crow, has some little bird been whispering in your ear, dear boy? But then, why dissimulate? 'Tis indeed true we have implighted our troth.
You've plighted your what?
We've plighted our troth. We've avowed our mutual and enduring love. Well, in short, scatterbrain, I've walked the plank.
You've walked the plank, you fortune hunter.
Yea, verily. Behold the hunter, home from the hills. But what I wish to consult you about, my scholarly young compatriot, was in the matter of taking our honeymoon on your private yacht, which, according to Dame Rumor, is quite a hunk of a tub. What say, Commodore? I'm a licensed navigator.
You're a licensed navigator. You wouldn't know port from starboard.
You wrong me, my salty young seafarer. Pour me a glass of each, and I'll be only too glad to demonstrate.
That's what I thought. You couldn't steer a spoon through a cup of coffee. Let's see your license papers if you're a real navigator.
Why, certainly. Very happy to. Let me see now. Where I put those navigation papers? I have them here somewhere. Here's a lump of sugar for a policeman's horse. Always hope he'll get a toothache and kick the cob. Combination to a bank vault in Sioux City. Pretty little community. Attended a grand opening there last week. Would have been a $5 grand opening, but somebody tipped them off, drat it. Memorandum about a hotel bill in Boston, signed the Richard House. Don't remember ever stopping at the Richard House. Must mean house dig. Yes, a postcard from South America from an old jailmate. Good old Spike. He went paroling down to Rio. Tube of mustache wax helps me keep a stiff upper lip. And a short beard. Well, imagine that. No navigation papers.
Well, now that you got that settled, four-flusher, go do your gold bricklaying somewhere else. I'm busy.
Don't ruffle me. I was going anyway. Have to take my brother to a tree surgeon this afternoon. Very unusual case. Wooden leg with varicose vein. Well, good day, poop deck.
Take a look at them charts again. Australia, New Zealand, Society Islands. Aha, the Society Islands. That's the place for me. Top hats, white ties, and grass skirts. Dad, rat it, come in.
Mr. McGee, my dear sir, I'm certainly glad to find you in. Remember me, Mr. Fiditch of Fiditch.
Hold it, Bud. Certainly I remember you. And for handling this legacy for me, I'm your friend to the last Fiditch. You know what I plan to do, Bud? Stock up my yacht for a long cruise.
Please, will you listen to me for a moment? This is important.
Maybe stop off at... Huh? What's the matter? Don't tell me something's happened to my yacht.
No, not that. Nothing has happened.
Oh, boy, that's a relief. You had me scared there for a minute, Bud. Though I'm too much of a sailor at heart to get panicky at trifles. In fact, there's always been sailor's blood in the McGee family, Fiditch.
Yes, Mr.
Why,
McGee.
when I was just a little snookums, I felt a strange longing in my soul, urging me toward the sea. Urging. Sea urchin McGee, I was known as in them days.
Yes, but...
Sea Urchin McGee, smartest skipper of the southern seaboard, shrewdly scanning the skies for a sight of a stormy signal to send my schooner scurrying for safety to shelter of the shipyard, scooting into the swish and spray to save sinking sailors from the sinister sharks swishing silently through the salty surf of the seven seas, and the subject of sea-going sagas from sad Sardinia's sandy shore to the silken sails of Singapore.
Come, Mr. McGee. Let's have no more of this nautical nonsense.
What do you mean, nonsense, Fiditch? Just wait till you feel the old Billy B rolling along in the Gulf Stream. Why, you'll want to spend the rest of your life aboard my boat.
But, my dear sir, this is all a horrible mistake, and I freely confess my mistake.
Huh? What? Mistake? What you mean?
I mean the Billy B.
Huh?
That was a typographical error in the will, McGee.
What? You mean Uncle Tyke didn't leave me his boat?
No, he left you his goat.
You again to take advantage of the special money-saving sale on giant-sized cans of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat. You thrifty housewives won't want to miss this opportunity to buy several cans of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Glow Coat while you can get 1/3 more for your money. Now, this special offer is necessarily limited, so act at once. Tell your dealer you want the special giant-sized cans of both Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat. These big cans contain 1 1/4 pounds or 1 1/3 pints. You pay only for 1 pound or 1 pint. The 1/3 extra is free. The 1/3 extra is free. Hardware, grocery, paint, drug, and department stores are featuring these giant pints and pounds of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat. Now, we don't want you to be disappointed, so buy several cans tomorrow without fail while you can still get them.
We want to thank our special guest, Billy B., for appearing on our show tonight. Come over here, Billy, and take a bow. I don't know what I ever done to Uncle Tyke that he should give you to me, but... Hey, wait a minute. Well, I'll say this for the old boy. At least he didn't cut me off without a cent. Good night, folks.
Speaking for the makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat, Racine, Wisconsin, inviting you all to be with us again next Tuesday night. Good night.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Thank you for listening to and showing your support for my podcast. If you would like to receive notifications of when new episodes are posted, please subscribe to my channel. Well, hope you enjoyed, and until next time, stay safe. Wish you well, and as always, peace.